Hello and welcome to the Sat on My Butt channel. I've got the Neewer VT 1520 video tripod with fluid head for review. Yes, the VT 1520 video tripod available from Amazon costs £67.49 with free one-day Amazon Prime delivery for the members. Now, up till now, I've been using a tripod. In fact, I'm having to use it today because obviously I'm reviewing this. That cost in the high £20, I believe. And it's been okay. It's done the job. It served me well. But it wasn't quite great, you know. So we're talking double the price between what I've got and what I've got now. And the difference is just massive. I was so upset to have to take my camera off of this tripod to review. Now, it arrives in a cardboard box there like that, a Neewer box, and the tripod is in a bag with a shoulder strap and the Neewer logo on it there. And here is the video tripod itself. It really is a cracking bit of kit. I just realised what I've been putting up with to now. Now, it's glasses on time because there's a lot of details that I need to tell you. Now, folded up, this is 26 inches by 4.5 inches by 3.7 inches, so 660 by 115 by 95 millimetres. The fluid head is 4.3 by 5.1 by 3.5 inches, and it's a maximum height of 66 inches, a minimum height of 24 inches. It's got a tilt angle of -70 to 90 degrees, like up and down like that. Rotation, obviously 360 degrees. The quick release plate has got a 1/4 inch screw on it. The fluid head base, so if you take the fluid head off, that screw is 3/8. It weighs 4.1 pounds, so 1.9 kilograms. It's not too heavy. You can feel it's a good solid tripod, but it's not like, oh my God. And it can take a capacity of 22 pounds, that's 10 kilograms. And it's made from alloy with some plastic parts on there. Now, this can be used for DSLR cameras, video cameras, camcorders, telescopes, etc. And it really is a sturdy bit of kit. And the fluid head, which I've not used up to now, is really a bit of impressive kit. So the tripod itself, it's got the spreader bar which can be then locked in place at different, like, varies of spread, I would suppose you would say. And then it has two, like, tripods release to bring the legs out, two sections. The feet are rubber. And they've got the old rotation. They're on a ball there, so it really sits sturdily. No matter what it sat it on, that's going to level itself out. It's got, I don't know if you can see in there, it's got a little spirit bubble so that you know you're getting your tripod level one, the circle ones, you know, get the bubble in the middle. And now onto the head itself. Oh, sorry, just need to explain, sorry. So, a knob there, and obviously the turn handle will then raise up the central shaft like so. Now the fluid head is where this at. A very sturdy tripod and a lovely fluid head. I was going to try and get it off then, but I don't think I will. It's got a quick release plate, and you undo this screw here and you position in this thing. You can see then that quick release plate will slide up and down. There's a button on the side, and out it comes. You're going to need a screwdriver, or I use like a penknife with the various bits in, because it doesn't have one of those little handles that flips up to turn it. And on there it says lens and tells you which way to direct your camera for the lens to be, with the pin, you know, that pops in just to make sure your camera's stable. And a rubber bung that comes out so you can actually remove that screw there. Slot that back in. It's then got, undo this screw here, and it tilts, and this is where you can feel that fluid head. And in fact, if you work it hard, you can actually hear the fluid inside it. It must be some sort of oil. And it will always, obviously without kit, it depends how it's balanced, return to 0 degrees on its own. But as I say, you know, if you're working with a bit of weight and you've got a lens sticking out the front, a big lens or a telescope, and you off-center it, that is not going to work. And then around the fluid head, it's divided up into degrees. It goes from 0 all the way round to 90 and then 0 again. And undoing that allows you to rotate the head, and this here, this little wheel here, the more you tighten it, it doesn't actually stop it from turning, but it just makes the movement of that stiffer with the fluid in there. And you can crank it right up so that you can then adjust very, very slightly. You know, some of these ones, when you get them and they're right off, like that, but tighten this up and you can make very, very, very small adjustments. And finally, on the side there, that enables you to drop the handle up and down. So that is what we've got. Now I think for £67.49, that is a lot of tripod. As I say, I'm going to take a photo and I'll put it in there now for you. This is what I have been using, and I'm using a Nikon D3200. I so wish I had a more up-to-date camera so I could film by here, but that's a whole nother review. Putting this on is able to get just such a solid platform. I'm in a wheelchair, I'm a wheelchair user, and getting around in this room, it's very small, and I have occasionally dinked the tripod. With this one that I'm using at the moment, if I knock it, that's it, it needs setting up again, and because I can't connect through to the computer and do it via here, I can't see what I'm doing, I have to get help to then set up and sort of get all the focus and everything right again. This, giving it a knock, and it's there. This thing isn't going to be moved. It's a bit like a rugby forward where you give it a knock and just they're not going anywhere at all. I will put a link down there in the description on YouTube, but check out the written review on satonmybutt.co.uk where I will go a little bit more into detail. I'll put all the product photos up there for you, and all the product details that you need will be on there without my poor brain having to try and catch up. And remember, I do apologise to gardening at the weekend, and it means I've caused a flare up, and so I'm feeling very unwell and I'm morphined up. But that is that. The Neewer VT 1520 video tripod with fluid head. And if you're doing film, and I would say even if you've got yourself a telescope, a fluid head would be absolutely amazing. It's rather posh is what it is. And it also now gives me another tripod so I can add different angles into the video. That is that. Before I start waffling on, go and check it out, and I will see you next time. But please first subscribe to the old channel. I will see you next time. Take care.